5:30. That's a good time. 5:30. I'm gonna tell you, dude, this gun right here, money all day long. My favorite Staccato, right there. Love it. The 610, that wasn't that good. Terrible trigger freeze. We're gonna have to run it again, see how we can do. I even missed one. $635. It's like the C2 takes the cake on that one. Bill drill from about 7.5, 8 yards. Let's see what we got. .189, and I thought that was kind of slow. Let's pick it up a little bit. .176. 176. That's good for me. Let's try it one more time. Little trigger freeze. That's all right. 193. Bill drill with my Staccato CS. Let's see if I can make this run like I did that C2. Not quite. 204. Let's try that again. Had a little trigger freeze on it. There we go. That was a good one. 187. 187. Woo, 185. 185. Trigger freeze right at the end. 208. 208. Not too bad though. I say for a non-ported gun to shoot like that at the size this is, I say that's pretty dang good. What do you think? All right, Staccato C2 with the Genghis comp. 25 yards. Like cheating, man. I'm telling you, like cheating. All right, Staccato CS. I'm gonna shoot it at 25 yards. Let's see how we can do on a C-zone steel. Did pretty good. I think I missed one or two, but just doing it at a steady pace. All right, my comparison between the Staccato C2 with the Genghis comp and the Staccato CS factory stock. All right, first off, let me get this out in the air or out in the open. The C2, the only difference between it and the CS is that I do have a Genghis comp on it. All right, I'm taking that into consideration. Now, I also shot this gun a fairly good bit without the comp on it, so I can give you an idea of what it's like on a level playing field. And I know this isn't a level playing field because I have a port cut into the end of this barrel. Now, Let's start with the shooting on that I did on camera between the two. Without a doubt, in the build drill and in the Bear Solutions drill, C2, much faster, period. On target, they were about the same, but follow-up shots, reloads, hands down, this one. I got down into the 1.7s on the build drill with this. I was struggling to get under the 2s with this, and that all has to do with recoil, all right? The more recoil you have, the harder it is to shoot fast with the gun. I get it. My C2 is comped. I get it. Even with it not comped, it would have still been faster than the CS. Accuracy. From the 25-yard line, shooting at C-zone steel. You remember C-zone, it's not a full silhouette. It's only about 2/3 the size of a silhouette. So from the 25-yard line, shooting C-zone steel, it was much easier to get the rounds on target with the C2. Y'all could tell I was shooting it faster and I didn't miss. I had no misses with the C2, where I did have 2 misses with the CS. So, you know, you can credit that to the comp if you want to. Even without the comp, it still recoils less than the C2. Or the CS, I'm sorry, the CS. I'm getting these C2, CS, I get that all mixed up. Anyway, now, some of y'all probably aren't gonna like what I gotta say, but I'm being honest here. I'm just being honest. People perceive recoil differently, and I'm just giving you my perception of what it feels like to shoot these guns. This one's comped. Of course, it's gonna have less recoil. It just is. But even before it was comped, it still had less recoil, noticeably less recoil than the CS. I'm not saying the CS is a bad gun at all, not at all. It's a Staccato, it runs like a Staccato. I've yet to have a failure out of this gun, and I've got about 800 rounds on it now, I guess. Somewhere around 800 rounds. But I've yet to have a failure, and to me, that's the most important thing. But the recoil on the CS is, for a 9mm, okay? Let's put this, it's relative to other 9mm. But the recoil on the CS is brutal compared to other 9mm of its size. I compare this about the size of a Glock 19 with a little bit shorter barrel. That's what it is. Lengthwise, grip-wise, it's about a Glock 19. It's got about a ½ inch shorter barrel on it. But this is relatively the same size as a Glock 19 when you put them side by side, and a Glock 19 shoots much softer than this. This is a brutal little gun to shoot, but that's what you sign up for when you get a small, light little gun. But I'm having a hard time falling in love with this little thing. Do I like it? Yeah. Do I think it's a great gun? Yeah. But I think Staccato could have done so much more with this little CS than what they actually did. Let's put them side by side. And remember, one's got a light on it and one doesn't. But side by side, you look, I've got them lined up in the back. Look at the muzzles. There's maybe a ½ inch difference in the length. You put them grips lined up side by side. They are dang near exactly the same length. Dang near. I mean, they are all but identical. You look at the width of the grip. There's their C2, and here is your CS. There's a little bit of a difference down here where my pinky is, but up here it's the same. It's exactly the same. So while I don't dislike my CS, I mean, it's a great little gun for what it is. But man, Staccato could have done so much more with this than what they actually did. It's almost like they came up with an idea and the higher ups at Staccato said, we love it, but we want it to be half as good as what you're saying you want. And I mean, that's just what it feels like to me. Like the gun, but I can't say I love the gun. It's snappy. It's not that much lighter than the C2. It's not that much smaller than the C2. And the area that really counts in grip length, it's not any smaller or any shorter than the C2. When I carry them back to back, I can't tell a difference one way or the other. I'm just being honest, fellas. If I went out today with what I know now and said, okay, I'm gonna buy a carry gun, which one would I get, the CS or the C2? I'd grab the C2 all day long. If I went out and said, hey, I want a carry gun, but it's gonna be the only gun I have or one of the few guns that I have, and I want it to be a carry gun, but I also want it to be a range gun, C2 all day long. I don't really see where the CS is a notch above on the C2. I just don't. If y'all remember, Springfield came out with the EMP, their version of an EMP 1911, and it was patterned around the 9mm and 40 caliber. When they did that, not only did they shrink the width dimension, they also shrank the front and back dimension shorter. That's what I thought Staccato was going to do when they came out with this gun, but they didn't. If they had done that and shrunk this width and shrunk the front to back down some, and truly made it a subcompact 2011, game changer. It would have been huge. It's already huge, but it just seems like they took some shortcuts. They didn't go far enough. Maybe they are in the future. I don't know. But I love this C2. I love it even more with the Genghis comp in it. I like the CS, but I don't love it. Will I sell it? I don't know, maybe. I don't really have a use for it. I carry this way more than I carry this. The only time I carry this is when I don't want to have a light on a gun, but every other time I'm picking the C2. So, and I can take the light off the C2. I'm just too lazy to do it. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the comparison between the Staccato C2 and the Staccato CS. Man, I just don't think there's enough of a difference to choose the CS over the C2 in regards to concealability, weight. The C2 is so close to the CS and it shoots a lot better. So my opinion is I'm gonna pick the C2 every day. I appreciate y'all stopping in, watching the video. If you would, like the video if you thought it was okay. If you didn't like the video, give me a dislike. I'm fine with that. I'm a big boy. And if you don't mind, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one.